Is it just me, or are all of the most interesting occurrences about Married to Medicine taking place off the show? Let's chat, y'all. She just let me know, but they show no fish. Didn't say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. Didn't say you found it, but she doesn't want. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a review slash recap for Married to Medicine. This is season 10, episode 9. I'm not going to do a recap today. I'm just going to talk about the outskirts. I did not take any notes for this episode. I just watched it once last night and I decided that was all I needed to do because there were some more pressing issues about the show that I wanted to cover, and then we can get to this flop of an episode later, because let's face it, it was a flop. It was another filler episode. We've had a handful at this point, right? So let's just go ahead and get into it. Oh, and before I start this video, can you please do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit the like button for me? When you hit the like button, it's not only a free way to support my channel, but it also lets YouTube know that I'm here and that y'all are rocking with my commentary, and YouTube starts to shoot my content out to viewers just like you, an audience who ordinarily would not get exposure to my channel. So thank you in advance. So first up on the docket, I have this Heavenly versus Sweet Tea saga. Sweet Tea and Heavenly have been getting into it over social. I hate calling that girl Sweet Tea. Letitia and Heavenly have been getting into it on Instagram Live, kind of having this back and forth spat. In the last one that I know about, I think Heavenly said something to Letitia. Letitia said, "Your mama," and then she said, "Your mama's in hell." And then Heavenly told her that my mom has a better chance of having a baby in hell than you. The last that I've heard, Heavenly went on her live to address it on her YouTube channel. And I just thought that that was odd, that Heavenly would take the time outside of the show to address a live and to address accusations. Now, here are the accusations that Heavenly is addressing. Apparently, Letitia responded with another live and said, you know, Heavenly told me that Damon used to cheat on her, and that when Mariah jumped up to say, "I got the receipts, baby girl," she was feeling some type of way about that. She felt like that could be true.
Man, it would be an issue. And I'm not that type of person to do that. I'm not. But we know that your husband has cheated on you. You even told me, Heavenly, that when Mariah said that she had receipts, you believed Mariah on Damon. You believed it. You told me you believed it. So that leads me to believe that he has cheated. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. That's okay. You're gonna stick by your man. That is fine. A lot of y'all will. A lot of y'all will, and that's okay. That's fine. Damon, to hear me say old lady all the time, like, sometimes you have to get ignorant with people for them to understand what you're saying. And I've had enough of the bullshit. I won't take no more of that.
Heavenly got on live on YouTube to say that that wasn't true, and I just thought that was so strange. I don't think I've ever seen Heavenly get on live on her YouTube to discuss something that another girl said. It's usually not that serious to her. She usually laughs things off. But in this live, Heavenly said, if my man wants to cheat on me, then I'll go and buy him some P word. Now, Heavenly, I'm going to have to pull your card, because anytime Damon is even speaking to another woman in public, you start going off the rails. So you want me to believe that you would provide some P word for your husband? You would go and buy your husband some coochie if he wanted it, but another woman can't even talk to him, just have like a regular conversation? You're full of shit, Heavenly. I gotta say what it is. So this is giving me some pause. This is making me feel like, okay, there is some tea that is possibly gonna come out about Damon. But also,
Sweet Tea, I would move wisely with Heavenly. If you're going to come out like this, come out with your guns a-blazing. Receipts, proof, evidence, everything that you need. The perfect timeline.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
Okay, shout out to Heather from Housewives of Salt Lake City. But listen, come out with the big guns for Heavenly, because I'm sure she knows more about you and your marriage and Gregory than you know about her. So that's what I'm going to have to say about that. Now, I want to talk about some other events that took place outside of the show. For example, Quad's interview with Carlos King that sparked this Simone versus Carlos King beef. Dr. Simone versus Carlos. Now, here's the thing. Apparently, Simone went on Watch What Happens Live and called Carlos King a blogger. He got very offended by that because, let's be honest, Carlos King is really that dude. He's really like the premier name when it comes to this reality TV gig. And let's be real, Simone, Carlos King is a huge part of the reason that ensemble casts like Married to Medicine get a chance to shake the table, to make a name for themselves, right? So to reduce him to a blogger is really petty. I don't think he really should have taken offense to it, but I think somebody with the weight that his name holds in reality TV as an executive producer, I can get why he's like, why are you reducing me down to this? But Carlos King, we know who and what you are. You are so many things. Now, I don't always agree with Carlos. He be saying some bullshit sometimes, quite frankly. In the last live with Heavenly, he was talking some shit, okay? I think they were talking about cheating rumors and the potential of Damon cheating, and he was like, oh, there's a respectful way of cheating. And it's like, Carlos, shut up. There's no respectful way of cheating. Cheating is cheating. Cheating is betrayal. Like, what are we saying here? And this is the bird brain stuff that I really don't go for, but I cannot diminish his accomplishments just because I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says. Okay, we'll just leave that there. We keep getting these flashbacks of Jackie with Kamala Harris having this conversation about infant mortality rate and how Black moms experience the height of this within the community. That is a damn fool and a mess in light of the comments that she made in 2020 resurfacing. That is crazy, right? She keeps meeting up with the brat and Judy, okay? And she's always talking about, oh, I encourage my patients to advocate for themselves. Jackie, the lie detector determined that that was a lie because you went on Heavenly's Live and said that women come to you, Black women more specifically, you think that they have a tendency to be more dramatic and that they're crying wolf to get time off of work. So how does that work in a world where we have the highest infant mortality rates among any community? How are you trying to get them to advocate for themselves while calling them dramatic and telling them that they're crying wolf? Those things don't match. When you put the puzzle pieces together, they're supposed to fit perfectly, and those are a mismatch, honey. Okay? What else do I have next? Y'all saying that the show doesn't need Quad, but again, all of the most interesting things pertaining to the cast are occurring outside of the show. Quad gave us personal story. Quad gave us stuff about her marriage and her dating life and her social life. Oh, and one more thing I want to say about Sweet Tea versus Heavenly. I have here, Sweet Tea said, y'all gonna stick beside your man. Letitia, the same way you sticking beside your man after accusations of domestic violence? Child, I didn't even put on my glasses. Letitia, you're talking about sticking beside somebody's man? When Gregory was your premier choice, you jumped in his DMs and promised him your womb? After he got a mugshot behind tussling with Quad and pulling her down the steps by her ponytail? girl. All of that said, let me go ahead and jump down into the episode. There's not really much to talk about. I'm just going to go through this castmate by castmate. And one more thing that I want to say about these ensemble shows. I tend to lean on the side of these women are each other's storylines. Shout out to Rodney the Voice, because he made a very great point. I don't know if it was like last year or something like that. But he always says that these women don't need storylines or plot lines. They are each other's storylines. So their interactions with one another is what provides the entertainment. I don't care to know about, what you're doing with your children necessarily. I mean, sure, they're cute little fun scenes, but that's not the meat and potatoes. Those are the sides. The meat and the potatoes are how you interact with these women. And that's a part of why Potomac is failing. And that's another video that I'm going to have to get into in light of the Essence article that just came out. But anyway, let me go through these characters one by one for this episode. Toya, acting like a damn clown in the restaurant with that goofy ass laugh. Okay, being rude to the staff. Did y'all see how the man walked away when she was like, "Oh, I don't know why you brought me here." That's how you act? It's how you act. It's how you act.
The way you act. It's the way.
It's disgusting. It's terrible. The other thing about Toya, for me, Toya can't like Eugene. She don't like that man. She don't like that man. She probably loves him out of a sense of obligation, out of a sense of history, right? But she does not like him as a person. Because somebody who you genuinely like, you see him in the kitchen with the chef, he's nerding out about steak and butter and probably fresh herbs and shit like that. He cooks for the family. He be on the grill. He be making y'all nice dinners, teaching the boys how to cook, different things like that, right? He nerds out about food. Personally, I would love a man like that, okay? I don't know. Toya just be acting real ungrateful for me. Not only that, she's complaining that he's not taking her on enough dates. It's like, the nigga works 80 hours a week. He's like, what is he, like the ER director or some shit like that? My thing is, if Toya has something to do, if she had a job, if she had some business about her, if she had a business, if she had hobbies, she would not be harassing this man about no date. She'd be like, my baby works hard for me to be, and Rodney said this in his review, she's not a stay-at-home mother. She's a stay-at-home wife. The kids are not toddlers. They're not little babies running around. They don't need help with 5 + 5 = 10. They don't need help with, they just need somebody to look at their homework and say, oh, okay, you did it. And that's it. Yo, shout out to Rodney the Voice, because he just gets it. You're a stay-at-home wife, Toya, not a stay-at-home mother. You're being provided with this lifestyle for you to just have all of this leisurely time. Oh my God, I'm thinking of the life I could have if I were Toya with no kids. But a leisurely stay-at-home wife, the way I would have several businesses, the way I would be stacking up some coin, the way I would just be crocheting all day and recording and doing all of the things, honey. YouTube channel will be busting with the content. Toya is just, I really get tired of hearing her complain. This man works 80 hours a week to take care of you. And you want to sit up and complain about date night. Why don't you plan one and tell him where to show up and how to dress? Since you don't like nothing that he planned. Since you want to give his date a 7 out of 10. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Next up, we have Heavenly. Laura is going to school, as we all know. And Heavenly and Damon are looking at photo albums. Okay, cool. Simone, I saw that her sons came up on the screen again, and I fast forwarded. Mind you, I have never fast forwarded through Married to Medicine before. I've never forwarded through anybody's scenes. This is the first time I've ever had to do that, and I don't care about Simone's rock-headed sons in this apartment. I don't care. We have talked about this for 8 episodes straight. We have Phaedra with the coochie crystals and the rickety Reiki sessions. Okay, so y'all let a scammer and a con artist do energy work on y'all? Heavenly want to talk about, oh, the blood of Jesus, this and that, but she was the first one laying down on the table. My other thing about Christians, not to ride Christians, but stop everything that's new age or holistic, because I don't even think that Reiki is new age, but I think it's considered new age. Things that are holistic, things that are outside of the norm. Y'all be like, oh, Jesus, the blood of Jesus. Calm down. Relax. You have Google, just like everybody else. Do a little bit of research, right? Everything is not demonic. Everything is not craft. So take some time and do a little bit of research. Did God tell you that you can't look things up? No. So just take the time to not sound so ignorant and stupid all the time, right? Learn what it is. Oh, it's energy work. It's moving energy around in the body. It's not that different from when somebody is laying the hands on you in Christianity, laying of the hands. It's the same concept. It's energy work. But if y'all would take the time to really look things up or put things together, critically think, then you would know there's no need for all of the fear-mongering around things that you don't know or understand. Phaedra has her head covered up, and typically in African traditional religions and spirituality, when you have your head covered, you tend to want to cover it in white because white is going to keep you protected and safe, as opposed to a dark color or black or something like that, because black will absorb the energy, whereas white will reflect it, right? So I noticed that Phaedra was the only one with her head covered. That was interesting. But seeing Simone lift that man's arm to look at his tattoos, I was just wondering, if a man did that to a woman, went to go lift up his sleeve and caress his arm and try to check out her tattoos, I feel like we would be up in arms about that. Like, that made me very uncomfortable seeing Simone do that. I didn't like it. Stop touching that man. You don't know that man. You didn't even ask him permission. Like, oh, can I see your tattoo? You just went and raised his sleeve and started like caressing his arm. It was very, very strange. The other thing about Phaedra is that she wanted to sit at the table with Alicia and talk about Quad when it was Quad who advocated for her being on the show. These hoes ain't loyal. They're really not. Who else? Who are we missing? Letitia. So Letitia is having dinner with Gregory. She's talking about her fertility issues. He's letting her know that his swimmers are on 20 million, honey. He's good to go. And I don't want to say this again, but I just feel like I can't imagine that Letitia just found out she has endometriosis, because she already said that the doctors told her she needs to grin and bear it. So this conversation came up again, obviously, because you've had this conversation before where you've discussed heavy periods. So I guess she just didn't know maybe that there was a possibility she might be infertile, but she just went ahead and promised this man her womb, not knowing that heavy periods and endometriosis could contribute to infertility. So, yeah, who else is on here? Who else is on the list, child? Oh, Jackie. Ain't nothing to say about Jackie because she gave nothing. Where's Curtis? Still in the DR? Isn't Curtis a retired basketball coach or something like that? I know that nigga don't work. We saw him for 2 episodes so far. One was when he was with the guys hanging out, and the other was when the big booty hoes showed up. So Jackie gives nothing. And that was the show, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button for me on your way out. Get down in the comments with me. Can I just say I love to hear from you all. It really makes my day to see comments of new subscribers, people coming in to show love, some of the same names popping up, that really excites me as well, because it's like, yo, these are my people right here. Like, y'all names come up in the comments and I legit get excited. Like, going to read these emails, I mean, it'd be a ton of emails and it'd be a lot to catch up with, but I try to stay on it and reply relatively quickly. But y'all are everything to me, and I can't thank y'all enough. So again, go ahead and hit that like button for me, and I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.
I've been all in my phone, I got options, and I don't wanna tell you to drop it.